When she walked into the living room with that bright, rehearsed smile, I already knew something was off. She sat down beside me, touched my arm lightly and said, "Honey, I'm going on a short vacation, with my work husband." She laughed as if it were harmless, as if putting that ridiculous title on another man would somehow make it acceptable. For a moment, I just stared at her. My chest tightened, not from surprise, but from the confirmation of what I had suspected for months. Late-night texts, team dinners that lasted until morning, and the sudden way she guarded her phone. It all pointed to this moment. I didn't argue. I didn't demand an explanation. Instead, I smiled calmly and replied, "Great. Perfect time for a divorce." The color drained from her face as the weight of my words sank in. She had expected anger, begging, maybe even a fight. What she hadn't expected was my absolute certainty. She stammered, "Wait, you don't mean that. It's just a trip, just coworkers." But her voice shook. She knew I wasn't buying it anymore. I stood up, went to my desk, and handed her the papers I had prepared weeks ago. "All you need to do is sign," I told her. Her eyes widened as she realized I had been 2 steps ahead. While she had been sneaking around, convinced she was in control, I had been quietly preparing for my exit. She wasn't just losing me. She was losing the stability and life we had built together. That night, she didn't leave for her so-called vacation. She stayed in the bedroom, pacing, calling her work husband over and over, probably trying to figure out what to do now that her safety net had vanished. I didn't listen. I poured myself a drink and sat in silence, feeling more peace than I had in years. The next morning, I packed my things and left. No drama, no last words, no second chances. Her betrayal had been obvious for too long, and now I was finally free. Weeks later, I heard from mutual friends that her work husband wanted nothing serious. He had a family of his own and wasn't about to throw it away for her. She had gambled everything and lost, and now she was alone, exactly where her choices had led her. Meanwhile, I was rebuilding. I focused on myself, my work, and the people who actually valued me. For the first time in years, I didn't feel like I was second place in my own marriage. I felt whole again. Looking back, I don't regret a thing. When she told me about her little vacation plan, she thought she had the upper hand. But the truth was, that was the moment I finally took my life back. Sometimes the strongest move isn't fighting to hold on. It's letting go with quiet confidence. And that day when I said, "Perfect time for a divorce," I meant every word.